ever thought about going to the movies by yourself but have been way too anxious to actually do it? Well, today that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be giving you 8 easy steps so that you can do exposure like this too. First, I want you to set an epic goal, and we're going to make a stairway to get there. So for me, an epic thing I'd like to be able to do is travel overseas solo. Now to get there, the steps I would take: first, I'm going to go to this movie solo. Then a restaurant by myself, travelling through New Zealand with some other people, travelling in New Zealand by myself, and then that epic goal of travelling internationally solo. So number 2 is we need a plan of attack. What am I going to be doing? I'm going to the movies solo. When am I doing it? I've decided to do it today. There's no time like the present. It's really easy to avoid an exposure if it's way in the future. Next is where I'm doing it locally and how am I going to do it? Well, there's a lot of things that can get in the way. So I've decided that if I cycle there, that will help me not to avoid, because there's a bit of a barrier coming back with the hill in the way. And I've also decided to have somebody come and look after my child. Now, this is something that I did come up with as a reason not to do it at all. I said to someone, I'll wait till my baby's a bit older before I go to the movies by myself. And, you know, we often come up with reasons that seem really reasonable, but it is in our heart of hearts. Sometimes I know when I think to myself, I'm like, actually, this is stopping me from living a big life, and maybe I should be coming up with reasons why that reason doesn't need to be a reason. So I've decided that I'm going to get someone to come and look after my child, and that's how I'm going to be able to do this. Okay, so number 3 is, what is your monster? What is the scary thing that you think will happen when you go and do this activity? So for me, going to the movies by myself, I'm scared that when I'm in the dark that somebody's going to do something against my will. Someone's going to touch me in a way that I'm not comfortable with. That's what I'm really scared of, if I'm honest with myself. And so that is my monster. That's the feared outcome that's in my brain. And I'm probably at about 50 out of 100 believing that will happen. And I'll tell you why it's only 50 out of 100. And that's because of number 4. What is your monster repellent? What's the thing that you're slathering on to try and keep the monsters away? So we're talking here about safety behaviours. What is that thing you're doing to stop the scary thing from happening? For me, when I'm going to the movies with other people, that's because I think it keeps me safe. I think that if I don't sit next to a guy, or I sit at the very back of the theatre so I can see everything, then that's what's going to keep me safe. So thinking about those, now when I go and rate my anxiety, if I think I'm not going to do those things, I am going to sit next to a guy, I'm not going to sit at the back of the theatre, suddenly my anxiety is going from a 50% to like a 90. So it's important to think about those safety behaviours and take them away when doing exposure, so that you're not reinforcing that because you did the safety behaviour, that monster repellent, that's why the monster didn't turn up. Now we head to number 5, and that is lock it in. So it's really important to set yourself up to succeed by backing yourself into a corner and making it so it's harder for you to pull out. So for me, this was booking the tickets. So I'm going to go and book those tickets to the movie theatre so that it's all locked in. So number 5 is lock it in. You've made that decision, now you need to book it. Okay, are you going to help me book it? What are we booking? Captain Marvel. Exciting, love Marvel's Avengers, so it'll be fun to see another one of those. Okay, and we're doing it this afternoon. Okay, so something I didn't realise is my local cinema is sofas. So there is a high possibility that I might be sitting beside someone on a sofa, but it ups my anxiety quite a bit because of my fear. At the same time, it's not going to hurt me to push myself this far, so I'm going to book beside someone, not on the same seat, but right next to someone on a seat, and then there's the possibility someone might sit on my sofa as well. Okay. This is really going to challenge my anxiety. Yay! Okay, I've booked the ticket. The anxiety is real. Oh crap. Okay, I guess I'm doing this. So one of the big things to do is number 5, which is to challenge the existence of your monster. So for me, being scared of somebody approaching or touching me in the cinema, I've never heard of that happening, so the likelihood is probably really low, and so reminding myself of that is a good way to lessen the anxiety, especially if I'm starting to get a bit anxious about going through with the exposure. Okay, so number 6 is just do it. Go and do the thing. So going into that movie now, gonna watch it, see how it goes, see how the fear goes, and I'll let you know afterwards. I did it. I went to the movie by myself. I kind of crazy that nothing happened. I went in, sat down, watched the movie, enjoyed the movie, and now I'm gonna head home. So it's really good to do those sort of exposures because it really shows you those things you fear aren't gonna happen, and then you can move on to the next thing. Hey guys, so I just want to finish up here at the beautiful beach just to do the last step, which is step 7, which is to rate your fear. So beforehand I was 50, if I was not going to do my safety behaviours I was a 90, and now afterwards I think I'm probably a 10. I don't really feel anxious about it at all. I feel quite calm and I feel I could go back and do that. I really enjoyed the movie, it was lots of fun, love Marvel, yeah! And so I'm really glad I did that, it was so worthwhile, and it's just that next stepping stone towards my epic goals. So yay, thank you so much people on Reddit for encouraging me to do this. It makes such a difference having people's support, and when you support me it really helps me to do these sort of things. So thank you. I just want to thank you so much for coming along with me, and if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. I'd love to have you join me on this journey, and it will be awesome to see you next time.